Hey guys, it's me Camille and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the art of letting go. This is going to be a crazy one. I feel like it's going to be like an emotional one, but like I'm not going to cry or anything. And so I'm super excited to get into this video. I recently read the book called The Art of Letting Go on iBooks. I will link it down below. It is 100% free, so that is awesome. And I don't think there's a specific author. I think that multiple people contributed to the creating of this book. However, if there is an author, I will also mention their name down below because this book was so good and so beneficial. I just kind of want to talk to you guys about the key pieces that I've learned throughout reading this book, some of the lessons that I will definitely be taking with me in future life experiences, and just my take on letting go. So without further ado, let's just get right into the video. So as I was reading this book, I highlighted some key points that I thought were super important to just note throughout the book, as well as going back through the book and just taking out some pieces that I felt like I could share with you guys in this video. So a lot of what is in this book is like quotes that I kind of wrote down. So I'm sure we've all had an attachment to someone or something, and it was really just time to let that grip go. However, that is usually easier said than done. I have came across people in my life who for sure say that they have an easy time getting over people or getting over things, and they don't really have an attachment issue. However, I don't think that in this book they were addressing people with attachment issues. They were just addressing the generalized feelings of going through a breakup or grieving a loss, or just really having to just let something go that you just are not ready to let go. And with that being said, I think the biggest lesson that I took away from this is that time heals all. This is not something that's going to happen in a split second. You're not just going to get over something or get over that person. It just doesn't work like that. And I am someone who's extremely impatient, and I just want to just let the feels feel and be done. However, life doesn't work like that, and that is not reality. Once I instilled in myself that time heals all, and to just give yourself time to feel what you feel, process your feelings, and kind of just honestly be okay with it, has definitely helped me to understand the book better and understand the art of letting go. I understand how hard it can be to let go of someone or something, and for me, I definitely struggle with attachment issues. And even though I don't think that the book focuses on people with attachment issues, I think that the biggest takeaway, time heals all, has helped me to just take every day, day by day, to not dwell on the past. The reality of it is you're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to feel upset, angry, and confused and betrayed. You're allowed to feel everything that you are feeling, and your feelings are 100% valid, and I want you to know that. But I want you to know that trying to resist the process of a breakup or the process of essentially just letting something go is never going to benefit you in the long run. And I don't think that you're going to get to where you want to be in the matter of time that you want to be there, because the reality of it is we are human beings, and we do get attached to things, and we do feel the feels, and we do have emotions, and we do want to be in certain people's lives and have certain things a certain way, but that's not how life works. And I think that this book definitely, for people who are especially going through a breakup right now, definitely read this book, because it goes into detail about what it feels like to go through that breakup, and all the emotions and all of everything that you may be feeling right now is expressed in this book. And if you're not someone who's a big reader, that's why this video is for you, because I'm going to point out some key pieces in this book that has helped me to kind of let the process become so much easier. And I find that future reference whenever I get into a situation where I have to let something go and I just don't want to. that it's going to be easier to reference what I've learned and reference this book as well. One thing that this book has taught me is that you do not meet people by accident. I mean, I've always believed that everything happens for a reason. However, this book has helped me to internalize that, and also has led me to another quote in which I'm going to share with you guys, which is leave the attachment, take the lesson, because that is what essentially you should be doing here, is leaving the attachment, leaving that person be, leaving whatever the situation is, letting it be, but take the lesson. And every single time you're reminded of those hurtful feelings and those emotions start to arise again, I want you to bring yourself back to, what lesson am I learning from this? Okay, because life is one big learning lesson, and if you look at it that way, you take the focus on the negative and the hurt and the feelings that you're feeling, and you put it onto, now what can I do moving forward? If I'm presented with this situation next time, what do I do from there? If I'm in a relationship and it's just not going so well and we're breaking up and I love this person, XYZ, what can I do from there? What lesson have I learned from my previous past relationships that I can now apply into my new relationships to make them better? And this brings me to my next point that the book has made, which is mistakes help you in your next relationship. I would say, let me just say this, I don't think that cheating, and I don't think that being manipulative and going behind people's back is ever something that you should condone. However, I do firmly believe that people do make mistakes. And coming from someone who I was in a situation where I made a mistake, I know how it feels to be on the receiving end of just like, I am genuinely sorry, and I will never do this again. Because of that, I know now in future relationships to never make that mistake again. You can also look at it this way. If you're going through a breakup, try looking at it this way. Grateful that it didn't work out for us because it worked out for me. I think if you look at it that way, which is kind of a quote from the book, I don't know if that's a direct quote, but I really love that because it was able to take the focus off of us, which is probably what you're dwelling on, letting go of the thought of us, and putting the focus on you and saying, I'm actually happy that this didn't work out, because now I'm able to take the lessons and the experience and apply it into my future relationships and my future experiences. That is a really good way to look at it. Back to what I was saying when I said time heals all. It's all about processing and digesting and just feeling all of those feels. I definitely think the book does a really good job of allowing you to feel understood with the feelings that you're feeling, especially if you're going through a breakup, which is a lot of what the book references, as well as grief. I really loved the fact that the book pointed out that you should not take it personal. I want you guys to look at it from this perspective. You're always going to do what's best for you, right? So if you're always going to do what's best for you and what's going to make you happy and what makes you feel whole, you should never be upset with someone for doing what's best for them, for doing what makes them happy, and for doing what makes them feel whole. And I think when you look at it that way, that everyone is just doing what makes them happy and what makes them feel whole, it makes it a lot easier for you to not take it as personal. Even though you may have been in a relationship with that person, or you may have been in a whatever, just don't take it personal, because in the end, you're gonna do what's best for you and they're gonna do what's best for them. Even though relationships are a teamwork, you're always and still going to do what's best for you. And I encourage you to do what's best for you. This book talks about getting excited for your new relationship, which I actually never thought to look at things that way. But I, in fact, do agree with this. I think that, instead of dwelling on the fact that your past relationship didn't work out, or the past situation didn't work out, or you can't let go of this thing, you should just get excited for what's new to come. Because trust me, life is always evolving. There are always things happening. There are going to be new people coming to your life. My mom always told me, when one bus comes, the other one leaves, okay? So you know exactly what that means. If this relationship that you're dwelling on just did not work out for you, and you guys are going your separate ways, which is essentially probably what's best for you, I think that instead of being so upset with yourself and thinking these negative thoughts, a good way to pull yourself out of that is to just get excited about a new relationship. Think about it this way: wow, this relationship did not work out for me. However, I am so excited to get myself together so that I am able to present myself this way in a relationship, and I'm able to learn from whatever else didn't work out in this relationship and apply it into this new one. I think that's a really good way to look at it. Something that was really hard for me to swallow when reading this book was just acknowledging that if you are left feeling broken, you're going to have to put those pieces together. And there is nobody who is going to do that for you. And if you want to get excited about a new relationship and attracting new things into your life, you have to pull it together and know that if you feel broken and you feel like all these pieces are broken and your heart is shattered, and that the only person that can pull you out of that is you. And once you're ready to accept that, and once you're ready to do that for yourself, things will definitely become so much more easier, and the process will be so much more easier. This book talks about heartbreak making you stronger, and just knowing that you never have to go back to that if you really just don't want to. Sometimes the best thing for you to do is to just let go, because the resistance of you holding on to something that just isn't supposed to be there, or isn't supposed to happen, or you trying to just keep gluing these pieces that just don't want to go back together is far more detrimental to you as a person and your growth and where you're trying to go than it is to stay in that position and try to put those pieces that are just so broken back together. Sometimes it's just time to just start over, prepare yourself for a new experience. The book says something along the lines of, re-examine all that you've been told and dismiss what insults your soul, which means to be open and to understand that there is going to be necessary pain in this process. And I want you guys to just digest on that and just let that sink in, because for me, I just had to sit on that and be like, wow, that is true. I think that being blunt with yourself and being brutally honest with yourself is so much more beneficial for you as a person. And I guess I'm here to tell you that it was hard for me to read this, and it's probably gonna be hard for you to hear this, but it's true. They wanna grow without you, and that is okay. They could have stayed, but they didn't. They could have worked towards having a better relationship, but they didn't. And so ultimately, that means they want to grow without you. The book tells you to kiss them goodbye and to literally just get excited about something new. I want to leave this discussion about the art of letting go on this note that the book mentions, which is the only direction that you should be turning is inward. And I love that, and I love to end this conversation, this discussion on that note, because that is true. If you are going through something, or you're just having a tough time letting go of something or someone or that relationship, I think that it's time for you to take a second and stop trying to do this approach and fix this and all these other things. I think that you should only turn and look inward and look, what do I need? What is best for me? What have I learned from this? How can I apply this to new experiences? What can I do to make myself feel better? Who can I speak to make myself feel better? What can I do to make this process go a little bit more smoother for me? The only direction that you should be turning is inward. Alrighty guys, I really hoped you guys enjoyed this little discussion, this little talk about the art of letting go. I hope that you guys will take the opportunity to read this book. It was so fucking amazing and it really was beneficial for me, and I think that anybody that's going through a tough time with letting go of someone or something, a relationship, a breakup, anything, this book is definitely for you, and it will definitely help you to feel like your feelings are understood and that it's okay to feel those things. Yeah, I definitely just recommend this book. It was just so fucking good. But other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion, and don't forget to check out my other videos and to like this video. Yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.